Newcastle spark anger among clubs as Premier League postpone Southampton clash. Newcastle provoked anger after the Premier League agreed to postpone their clash with Southampton on Sunday. The game at St Mary's became the 17th to be called off because of COVID and injuries in the past 3 weeks. Newcastle, who have lost star striker Callum Wilson and Alan Saint-Maximin to injury, say they can't muster 13 fit outfield players and a keeper to fulfill the fixture. Southampton said they share the disappointment of our supporters in hearing this news. And rival clubs who have been able to play games are demanding more transparency on the injuries being used to trigger call-offs. What are your thoughts on the recent COVID-related postponements? Let us know in the comments below. Newcastle's rematch with the Saints will take place after the January transfer window, when they are expected to invest heavily and with Wilson out for 6 to 8 weeks, possibly fit. A record 103 COVID cases were recorded among players and staff at Premier League clubs up to Boxing Day. Newcastle refused to divulge which players have COVID, but do have a host of injuries, including Isaac Hayden, who had an operation on his knee this week, with only around 10 first-team players available. Newcastle say that in accordance with protocol, the Magpies submitted a separate request to the Premier League to postpone the trip to the South Coast, and this has been approved by the Premier League board. A club statement added, the club also extends its sincere apologies to supporters affected by both postponements and asks them to retain their tickets. A Premier League statement read, the board accepted the postponement application as the club does not have the required number of players available for the match, 13 outfield players and 1 goalkeeper. The board was able to make its decision in advance of the fixture to give clarity to the affected clubs and their fans. We apologize for the inconvenience and disruption caused to supporters' festive plans. The league aims to provide as much clarity as possible, but unfortunately postponements sometimes have to be made at short notice. Chelsea's home fixture against Liverpool on Sunday, meanwhile, could also be called off due to COVID. The Reds are currently waiting for PCR results. We have 3 new COVID cases in the team and a few more in the staff, so it's not so cool in the moment, said Liverpool manager Jurgen Klopp. We aren't close to getting the game postponed yet. We haven't had a proper outbreak yet, but it's happening more and more often. It's like a lottery in the morning when you wait for the result. It was day by day pretty much another case, and today another one. And EFL clubs will no longer be required to test players for COVID on match days in an attempt to prevent last-minute postponements. Over the past week, it has become clear that the requirement for matchday testing has caused significant concern and uncertainty at clubs, as well as seriously affecting supporters, said an EFL spokesperson. The league revisited the matter with its medical advisors and, after careful consideration, which included dialogue with a significant number of club doctors, it was determined that the requirement for matchday testing would be removed, except for those individuals who display COVID symptoms. Daily testing will continue on non-match days, with clubs following updated red protocols, which remain our biggest protection